Hello there. Welcome to the first episode of Commander Jesse's Briefings. Tonight for us, today for you lovely people in America. I'm joined by the one and only BLOORE on Mandalore. Now, Jeremy, how's it going, my brother?
Mate, I'm much better now that I've seen your
Much better
beautiful
now.
face.
You're gonna make me blush. You're gonna make me blush. Now we'll start from the beginning. What are your first memories of the franchise? What was your introduction to it, and how old were you?
I was super young, dude, probably like five,
Yep.
maybe six. I
Hmm.
remember being in primary school. I grew up on a farm,
Yep.
so it was like a lot of fucking chores
Yep.
nonstop. I'm working out there, just like to move this horse to this horse to this paddock, do this, and I remember I had like my movie hour. So
Hmm.
I could sit back and I could watch a movie depending on what it is. I had this whole like my parents had this whole wall of movies. Like I
Yep.
mean, obviously it's now old, but it's the
Yeah.
DVDs. And they had one
Yeah.
of them, which was The Phantom Menace.
Okay,
So
beautiful.
I started on the prequels because my mum was like, they released it in the opposite order, but this is what you're meant to really start with. Like this is
Yeah,
what he intended to start
yeah.
with. So she chucked it on, and I just remember sitting back going, "Oh my god, like, what is this?" And I couldn't even finish the whole movie in one sitting. So
Oh,
I
yeah.
remember, like, going back, going, I think I need to watch this again." So I was just waiting for the next day. It's kinda like, when you're watching shit these days, I watch a lot of my stuff on my break
Yeah,
at work or something, and
yeah,
I'll just,
yeah,
like I'll chuck it on for 30 minutes, and I'll be like, "Fuck, I just wanna finish it." You know what I mean? And you're
yeah.
just, like,
No, I
left in
feel
that
you.
anticipation.
Yeah,
So that's kind of what it's been now.
yeah.
It's kind of what it's been now, and it's what it was before. It was like it was so much fun. I really got to kind of explore watching a lot of the movies. I was just obsessed, like actually obsessed. I'd never
Mhm.
seen anything like it before.
Yeah.
I'd watched all Indiana Jones, and that was like
Yeah,
my
okay, yeah,
biggest idea of this grand adventure. And I'm
yeah.
like, now it's in fucking space, dude. Now it's in space, and there's Indiana Jones still. Like, what? Who is this dude? So I just remember being like absolutely obsessed.
Unreal. And so, being on a farm at all, like, when you got to, like, the original trilogy and that, did you like, especially with having, like, a lot of chores and that, did you relate to sorta like Luke a little bit there on Tatooine at the start of A New Hope at all?
A little bit, a
A
little
little bit?
bit.
Yeah?
Yeah. I was
Yeah?
kinda like, at the start going, "Oh, no way. Like, this
Mhm.
dude is just doing the same shit as me, but
Yeah.
he's up in fucking space, and now he can be this big dude that saves the whole fucking
I know.
universe. Like, I could do that."
Yeah.
It kinda like it did awaken a lot more of my imagination,
Yeah.
thinking
That's
I mean,
unreal.
subconsciously, not even really thinking about it, just going
Yeah.
like, "I can do that. I can be that," you know?
Yeah. 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 No, for sure. I think it did that for a lot of kids around the world. Um,
Mm.
what would you say it was that sense of adventure and, maybe it's that space element or something, but was that what, like, sorta initially drew you to the universe, or was it something else?
I think for me, kind of, I didn't actually know exactly what it was. I thought it was just a pure fascination for the
Yeah.
franchise in itself, like just love. You find something that you really connect with, and you
Mhm.
become obsessed. For me, I really get obsessed with certain things, and
Yeah.
then boom, like
Yeah.
I'm onto it for fucking years and years and years.
I
But
feel you there,
I
dude.
think lately, like I've been doing a lot of doing a lot of research in Lord of the Rings, and I've got
Yeah, I've
a new
seen that on you.
series called
Yeah.
Blades and Beskar.
Yeah.
And dude, I've been pumping that one out. I've been learning so much more, and I realized now that a lot of what I have is just it's love for fantasy. I really,
Okay.
really love the fantasy element. Westerns in itself are just like that's the reason why I'm obsessed with The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
But there's different elements, but just in general, fantasy itself, I think that's just, and it's inherently Star Wars. It's this
Yeah.
fantastical world that George Lucas created, which is like so amazing that anybody's ideas can fly. Like anything that anyone can dream of can happen.
Yeah.
It's why there's so much upset. You know what I mean? Like there's so
Yeah.
many people who go, "Oh well, well, it should have been like this. It should have been like this." It's like, well, it could be like that, and it
Yeah.
also
Yeah.
could be the way that it was shown. And
Yeah.
it's that world of just the world building is just incredible, and it's really
Yeah.
what drew me to it.
Yeah, okay, wow. I love that take. That's awesome. Now we spoke quickly about Luke and, you're on the farm. Would you say you relate to him the most, or do you think there's another character out there like the Mandalorian with that Western element, or something that you relate to someone else
Mm.
a bit more?
I think that's actually a good question. I haven't really thought about it too much.
I
Oh,
know,
dude,
yeah.
I was obsessed with Vader. I was obsessed with Vader. I was always just
Wasn't
like,
everyone?
"Man,
Yeah.
dude, 100%, 100%. I've got the same helmet as the one in your background." Um, yeah, and
Yeah.
I'm like, "Man, I just I was obsessed with him, and I always wanted to be that, like, badass dude," you know what I mean?
Mm,
And I
yeah.
think kind of getting older, it was very much more relating to the Mandalorian, you know?
Yeah, okay.
As much as I wanted to be the biggest hero and growing up, like, as a kid,
Yeah.
everyone wants to be the hero, everyone wants to be the savior and, protect the world, save the universe. But
Mhm.
I think what I liked more about The Mandalorian, and which kind of I mean, the reason why I'm literally BLOORE Mandalore,
Yeah, yeah.
um, you know, I really like that he's a regular dude that
Yeah.
stepped up to be someone better.
Yep.
It's one of my favorite reasons to like any character. It's why Batman's my favorite superhero.
Yeah.
Um, I'm I love when it's something so achievable in this not achievable universe. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
okay.
Like
Yeah.
I'm not able to get into Star Wars,
Exactly, yeah.
but I can imagine myself. I talked about this with Star Wars Nerd. I was like
Yeah.
the inspirations for Mando, and one of the
Mhm.
reasons why I love it so much is it's the same reason for Spider-Man.
Yep.
Now, they always have the helmet on and they barely take it off,
Yeah.
right? And the reason why he has the mask or he has the helmet, it's because kids can actually imagine themselves in that role.
Yeah.
It makes it so much more relatable. You can be the person under the mask. And it's that whole thing, Stan Lee saying it doesn't take a great person to stand up,
Yeah.
it just has to be anyone. You just have to
Yeah.
choose to be the right person.
Yeah.
And it's, it's something that resonates so much with I think a lot of people,
Yeah,
a
for
lot of
sure.
people who just they don't necessarily feel like they would do the right thing with the Force. Like, I know, dude, I would fall down the trap of going to the dark side, like, straight away. I would. Bro, I would 100%, 100%. Like, I see my choices, I'm like, "Bro, no. No, like, I'm
Don't let
good."
me do this.
Um, yeah, legit.
Yeah.
So I'm like, and it would be awesome to be a Jedi and all that kinda stuff, but I
Yeah.
just the idea of being someone so real
Mhm.
in such an unreal universe is just yeah, that's who I'd wanna be.
Awesome. Well, you sorta you got my next question as well, because I was gonna say, what's your favorite Star Wars film or series? Would you say The Mandalorian, obviously, is your favorite series?
Star Wars series,
Yeah.
Mandalorian down to a fucking T, like, I'm
Yep.
obsessed. Season 3, okay, it was hard. It
Yep.
was hard for me to get through that. For the first
Yeah.
time, I was actually like, "What are they doing here?
Okay,
Why is
yeah.
there Lizzo?" I'm a massive, massive Jack Black fan, so I was like, "Oh
Oh,
my
yeah,
god,
for sure.
Jack Black!"
Jack
Dude,
Black.
I even
Dude, you did the
I'll
full
even
Jack
fucking
Black face there as well. That was, like, perfect.
dude, I love Jack Black. He threw me his pick at his concert. Like, I have it on yeah, I know, dude, I know. Like,
Dude,
I'm a
that's unreal.
massive Jack and that was the last thing that he ever did because he did it in Sydney. And then that's when Kyle, his band member, was like,
Yeah, yeah.
"I wish you didn't miss
Oh, that was
Trump." And then
that's
they
right,
canceled.
yeah.
That was the last one, and he threw this at me because I was like, "I fucking love you, Jack Black," and he was like, "Oh, yeah?" And he fucking throws this at me. Oh, man. Like,
Did
came everywhere. Like season 3 of Mando was just it was sorry to go off track.
Oh,
Um,
go for it,
se
I love it.
season 3 of Mando was a little bit hard, but it still is my favorite series. Movie-wise, though, I love
Yeah.
Solo. I really,
Really?
really love Solo. Yeah, dude. But, like, okay, Revenge of the Sith is always gonna be the top.
Yeah.
I try to explain this every time because everyone immediately starts I can just hear the keyboards like, "Tick, tick, 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 tick," you know what I mean? Like, "Fuck this guy. He's a fucking pussy." And, but Revenge of the Sith, you can't
Yeah.
beat that. That's ju for me, that is like a mythical tier. Nothing can compare.
Yeah. It's it
But for
it
me,
it
I
it
actually
makes S tier, D tier. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's it's like, come on, he threw
Yeah.
everything he got into it, and
Mhm.
it's too superior. So for me, I really liked what Solo tried to do
Yep.
which was what the Mandalorian succeeded in later,
Mhm. Yep.
which was you didn't have to have lightsabers, you didn't have to have fancy fucking weaponry. All you
Yep.
had to do was have a protagonist, like the main protagonist, kind of go through his own journey of finding himself, and then I think it was a fantastic setup for an actual trilogy, which was what it was meant to be, you know.
Mhm.
And if you look at it like that, if you look at it like the start of a trilogy, I think it is one of the best Star Wars movies that was created.
It's an interesting take because I think one of the pitfalls of that movie wasn't even the movie itself. It was probably more so because I can't even remember it being marketed. I can't remember it being advertised. And at the same time, like you think of the movies that came out around that time as well. You had Ant Man. You had I think that was Infinity War year as well. Like you had all these big other
Yeah,
movies kind of so it sort of just fell to the side. Like if you're going to the movies, there's probably two, three other movies you're picking first before you go see Solo. If
100%,
you're
man.
just like a casual viewer. Have you? I don't know if you have you dabbled much in the comic side of stuff with Star Wars,
In the oh,
like with the
dude, I've done
yeah,
a little bit of comics, not too much,
yeah,
like the
yeah.
popular stuff, not
There's
anything
a
like deep dive.
yeah, because there's a couple little series that sort of pick up between Empire and Return of the Jedi that feature Crimson Dawn and that, and show Lady Kira and what she's doing then, and
Mm,
go back and sort of show a little bit of what because Maul and like it shows a little bit of what happened when she goes and sees Maul and stuff like that. And it's saying that's what got me so excited for Outlaws because I saw Lady Kira there, which also takes place in the same time span that these comics did, and I was like, okay, like we could be on for some like unreal content here,
yeah.
because there is a lot going on in the few months, like well, I think it's 6 months between Empire and Return of the Jedi, and yeah,
Mm,
those comics are unreal. Like the stuff she was, I won't spoil it for you, but go and read it because there is some insane stuff. Like she got this close
yeah,
to
I'll give it a
stopping
go, man.
Vader. Yeah, it is unreal.
Oh, shit.
Um, yeah, yeah, no, it was unreal. They only came out maybe a year or so ago, I think those ones. Um, but yeah, no, unreal. But yeah, that's what I mean. Like Solo, and I suppose that's an interesting point. Like next time I watch it, I'll think of it as sort of the beginning of a trilogy rather than just a movie. Um,
Yeah, it's hard to
yeah,
not see it as a standalone because
yeah,
there was only one, and, I
mm,
mean, you're right about the timing. It came out just after The Last Jedi. Like, what the fuck were
and
they
that too.
thinking?
Yeah,
There was
and that too.
there was
Yeah.
no marketing. There was no marketing. It
Mm,
was right after the biggest bomb of the fucking century, and then all of Marvel was just picking up like crazy, and you
mm,
had and that was actually kind of at the point where Marvel was getting funny, so people were
yeah,
obsessed with
yeah,
Marvel. You
yeah,
know what I mean? And I was
yeah.
kinda like, "Man, it was so bad." I actually like, they did the actors so dirty with it because they basically just threw them to the wolves, and then they
Oh,
just
big
go,
time,
"Hey, look, fend for yourself, brother." You
big
know, what
time.
they're doing now with the Acolyte is, it's commendable. Stand behind your crew. If that's your
Yeah,
fucking
yeah, yeah.
crew, stand behind them, do your
Exactly,
thing. It was a shit show,
exactly.
but, like, who
Yeah,
cares? I'm glad that you guys enjoyed it. I'm glad that, it set up the lore, and it could have been a great building for the next season. Sure, you don't
absolutely.
wanna waste a whole season to get to the second one, but it could
Mm,
have been good.
yeah.
And it's like, they just left them. They left them all completely high and dry.
Yeah,
And it's just it
yeah.
kinda sucks because now they're
Oh,
never
yeah,
gonna do it again.
exactly. I remember
Never.
what yeah,
And
I remember what Kathleen said about, poor Alden the other it was only a couple years ago saying, that just showed us recast don't work. It's like, well, okay, hold up. Like, we've seen what's happened with, like, Obi-Wan got recast. That was perfect. Like, it's fine to recast someone. It's just yeah. No, the treatment of them was pretty
man,
disgusting,
like,
but
the thing is, I think what Disney has as their biggest problem is, like, they're such a reactionary force, and it's
yeah.
worked well with Marvel. It's worked so well with Marvel. Like, you think
Mhm.
about Thor: Ragnarok coming out, first ever one where it's like, "This is funny."
Yeah.
I don't like Tiger as a director. I don't like him. I think he's an actual fucking loser, and
Oh,
his
that
fucking
last Thor movie was
oh,
nah.
brother. And his whole ego is just mental. He's always constantly like, "It's me. I'm gonna make the best fucking movie." It's like, "Shut the fuck up, brother. No one gives a fuck about you other than one fucking movie that you added comedy in, and Chris Hemsworth was the reason why they fucking liked it, not you."
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
half the shit in there, like some of the funniest lines were not even created by him, but his
Yeah.
name was on it. Like the kid who goes, "Oh," like there was the cancer patient who went into he went onto the set of Thor Ragnarok because he wanted
Yeah.
to see everything and how it goes,
Yeah.
right? And he pointed out to Thor, he goes, "Hey, it'd be really funny if you looked at the Hulk and you go, 'Hey, that's a friend from work.'" Right?
Actually, yeah. Yeah.
One of the most iconic lines in the fucking world, and it was created by someone else. And Taika just goes, "Oh, this is me. I'm the best. I can do fucking everything." And Disney just goes like fucking rolling on that train, and it built up his ego, and then they
Yeah.
kind of built up their ego, being like, "I can't fuck up a single series," and then they're just pumping out the worst fucking content ever, which is so unoriginal and just kind of like, and dude, I'm a massive lover of so many
Yeah.
things. I will
Yeah.
always find love in everything. I
Mhm.
truly do. I truly do think that The Acolyte could have been good if they
Oh,
restructured the episodes. Don't even have to
absolutely, it could
change
have
it.
been.
Restructure it. Put the second last episode where it was all the character development at the start,
Yep.
and then it fleshes out the characters. And you could continue on for so much more, and you don't
Do
keep
those
on doing the
throwback
whole
episodes
perspective
together.
stuff. Yep.
Yeah.
You like it wasn't that much of a hit for like, it's like,
Yeah.
we fucking knew what was
We
gonna
we
happen.
knew
You're
we
not
knew, yeah.
fucking
We
smart,
knew.
you
Yeah.
know? It's like this is your first fucking screenplay. I get that
Yeah.
you're really proud of it, and you should be. You're on
Mhm.
Disney. You've done well.
Yeah.
You've made it. You've got the big bank. You know,
Mhm.
but just you fucked up, and their whole reactionary side of it is just like, well, they didn't like it, so canned it all.
Yeah.
Where it's like, if you really, really stand by something, it just shows resilience and people respect it. People
Yep.
respect it so much more than someone
Oh,
who
for
just goes,
sure.
"Oh, that didn't do well. Leave. Bye." It's like
Yep.
fucking Andy with the toys in Toy Story. It's like, "I'm not gonna play with you anymore." And he's just like, he's like, "Oh, what the hell?" He's like, "No,
Oh,
come
that's
back."
like the greatest meme. You need to chuck that up as a reel. That would be the great Disney with the Acolyte. That would be the greatest reel ever.
Oh, I should do it.
Do it. Please
That
do
would
it.
actually be kind of funny.
Yeah, do it. So yeah, while we're on the Acolyte, we may as well just quickly touch on it before we get some other questions. What were your overall, thoughts on it? Pretty well.
I liked what they tried to do.
Mhm.
Um, I liked what they tried to do, and I liked the initial premise. I thought that if they stayed with the initial premise of this is a Sith perspective series, we didn't want to see the Jedi. We didn't.
Mhm.
We did, but we wanted to see them from a Sith perspective.
Yeah.
It just because you are acting bad doesn't mean that you are necessarily bad. Like the way they were showing the Jedi was that they're all fucked up when they're in
Mhm.
the golden age of the Jedi. They're at their peak. So you're saying that they were corrupt the whole time, that they were
Yeah.
just inherently evil, and
Yeah.
they just like, that's what you're doing. You're spoiling, or like you're soiling kind of the rest of every other movie that went on after it,
Mhm.
just because you wanted to show that someone was better. When, like, the way they did the villains was just absolutely, it was terrible. Like,
Mhm.
Kamir was such a cool character. He was
Oh,
such a
yeah.
great idea for a character. You had May. That's a really cool idea for a character. Like
Yeah.
twins, one's light, one's dark. It's kind of like, the old Republic. That would
Yeah.
have been so cool. And, band together and defeat the big evil.
Yeah.
The enemy of my enemy is my friend, and you just kind of like, yeah, it could have been so much more. And I just, I feel like it's not something that I'm ever going to hold against Disney, because it was one of the first times that they tried to do it differently, but
Yeah.
it got too close to the end, and then they just rewrote it because,
Yeah.
as I said, they're a reactionary force. Like,
Yeah.
everything that I've wanted from a series could have been possible in that.
Mhm. Yeah.
Everything that people have been like, I'm craving, like, I need to see people doing bad things. You know what I mean? Like, I
Yeah.
want to see what it's like from an imperial perspective. I want to see what Vader does in his
Yeah.
pastime. Like, I want to see him going, maybe even, like, I did watch the comic about how Vader got his lightsaber, and it was in
Yeah.
the years just after Revenge of the Sith, right? The
Yeah.
Vader comics, that was so good. Like, give us a show exactly like that. It doesn't. And that's kind of what the Acolyte promised, and it just didn't deliver. I thought
Yeah.
it was really weird, really, really weird that they were so intent on making the lightsabers so thick to, like, basically give all of the lighting from the sabers. It
Yeah.
was
It
like, that
was it
really shit
yeah.
me.
It reminds me of, like, it's literally the Disney parks and the Black Series sabers. Like, they are thick as hell when you compare them to, like, other
Yeah,
sabers, yeah. I
and
think that's
that's
genuinely what
literally
they were
what they
going
did.
for, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and it kinda like, I really like the way the Beyond the Dune Sea put it. It was kinda like mag lights with leather wrappings, you know? It was just
Yeah.
these big, thick, like, even Vanestra couldn't wrap her fingers around it completely,
I know. I
you
know.
know? Like, that's not it just so much of it was ruined by just poor artistic choices.
Yeah.
And, like, I loved that they went to natural sets. The thing is they did so many other things right, like
Yeah.
natural sets. They did bright colors. Finally, they're going back to the fucking, like, color scheme of
Yeah.
Star Wars, you know? They're doing insightful characters. Like, all of the Jedi that were there could have been so much cooler. You could
Yeah.
have added so many more characters, even that we knew, and that could have just worked perfectly. And,
Yeah.
like, even speaking of characters, like, you don't have to add. I know that it could work, and I know there was no birthday, and it's like, I've seen all of the reasons, and I get it. You know, oh well, fucking Ki Adamundi, he didn't have a birthday, so you could technically put it earlier, and his species could live longer. But it's like, Dave Filoni said it himself. If you've got it in Legends, why ruin the
Yeah.
source material that's already there?
Yeah,
Why not
exactly.
just give them what they know?
Yeah.
Like, don't it felt like it was just it shit on what the prequels were, and it tried to be so similar to it, and then it just ended up smearing more shit everywhere. And then I hated how they turned on the fans. I
Yeah.
hated, like, all of the actors, all of the directors, they just turned on the fans when it's like, you know what? If you're saying that the vast majority of the audience liked it, and everyone was, like, super happy about it, yet it received the worst reviews, and
Yeah.
everyone boycotted it. It's like, maybe you're not realizing who your actual audience is. Maybe you just didn't target the right people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It just felt like an amalgamation of just crap.
Mhm. That's what going back, like, with them turning on the fans and that, I get, like, because obviously you're always gonna have, like, a loud minority that are gonna be, like, are gonna abuse them or whatever, like, fine, ignore them, that's fine, I'm not like, I don't wanna hear from them either. But, yeah, when you've got majority of fans saying they've got a problem with this, wouldn't you think, "Hey, let's just, like, listen maybe and see what the problems are?" Um But yeah, no, I agree with most of those points, especially like Mundi being in there. I hate him as a character, like full stop. I've always hated him, but
Always
seeing him
hated
in
him,
there,
bro. Always
yeah,
hated him.
I know. I don't, there's always been a hatred of him, but especially like him being in there when he's the one in particular with the line they've been extinct for a
Mm,
millennia in at the Phantom, and it's just like, why would you do that when people are going to get pissed off at this? Why not
yeah.
have someone else? You could have the names of um, escape me now, but you could have had 2 or 3 of the other council members in the Phantom Menace there. Would have made perfect sense because 'cause they've been alive for a couple 100
Mm.
years, and they don't even have, like, lines in the Phantom Menace, they're just there, so you could have had any of them, wouldn't have been as much of an impact. But yeah, probably yeah, one of my biggest issues, which, was probably your first point, they advertised it as, like, yeah, like, Sith perspective show, and you're gonna learn so much more about the Sith because this was one of the shows that got announced December 2020 with, like, the Kenobi series, Ahsoka, and all that. And I was excited for this as much as Kenobi and Ahsoka. I was like, "This sounds cool, like a Sith show, all for that."
Mm.
Um, and yeah, like, what more did we really learn about the Sith? Like, and they said they did it
We
up
learned that
as
Plagueis was in a cave.
yeah, literally. But
Legit.
they, Leslie Headland said they did it up like as it being a sole season, like so the ending would give you some sort of closure, but there was also a storyline there to continue if it did get renewed. But I didn't. I was left with a lot more questions than answers. Like, what the hell was that?
I think she went back on that towards the end. She was like,
Okay.
"Hey, by the way, but there could definitely be more. There could definitely be
Yeah.
more, and we
Yeah.
love this, right? You know
Mm.
what I'm doing. You know what I'm doing. You know I love Star Wars. I'm a Star Wars fan, right? You know what I love? I love
Oh.
everything." And I think, like, the problem with so much stuff now, like,
Mm.
is just the bad press. It really did not help.
Mm.
Like, when they started just calling everything gay,
Oh, yeah.
it was like it was like, it's fine if they are, but
Yeah.
now what you've done is you've alienated so many people that are, like, so passionate about this,
Yeah.
knowing
Yeah.
that it's a fucking droid, right?
Yeah.
It's a
Oh,
fucking
yeah, I
droid.
know the press you're
Obviously,
talking
it
about,
can
yeah.
be it can be gay, it can be straight, it can be whatever the fuck it wants to
Who
be,
cares?
but
No one cares. Yeah.
why are you labeling? Why are
Yeah.
you labeling so much? And I feel like all of this, it was this political nightmare. It was kind of like,
Mm.
that Agatha. Have you seen? No, not Agatha. It was the new Wizard. It's like the Wizard of Oz movie with Ariana Grande, right?
No,
So
I haven't
it's
seen it,
this
but I know,
new one
yeah.
that's coming out.
Yeah, okay, yeah,
It's
yeah.
it's it's basically there was a poster, right? The original
Yeah.
poster, it had this girl's face, right?
Mhm.
She's the fucking witch. She's the witch.
Mm.
She's green.
Mhm.
And what a fan did was a fan made a poster for it, right?
Yeah.
And just goes, "Hey, look, this is like, I have nothing against the actresses. I just wanted to make something that was, in line with what the original was, which was a darker shadow over the eyes. So you couldn't see the eyes, but you could see the smile,
Yeah, yeah.
right?" And the actress came out and was like, "This is fucking disgusting. I've
Oh
never
my
seen something more disgusting in my life, right? This is because I'm a person of color and so on." And the fan goes, "Oh, what? Like, what the
hold up,
hell?"
back up a minute.
Dude, dude, it tanked the movie
Yeah,
completely.
really?
Completely tanked the movie, completely. No one wants to watch it. No one wants to see
Wow.
it. It's this, and it screamed when I saw it, I was like,
Yeah.
"That's the Acolyte." It was everything that they're saying. It's like the fans. I mean, I'm gonna say fans because you don't
Yeah.
do this for
Yeah,
people
yeah.
who are like, they pulled out there was, Trevor Noah?
Yeah, yeah,
Trevor
yeah.
Noah,
Oh, the
the
interview
talker,
with
so
him
yeah.
and
So
Amanda, yeah.
Trevor Noah, yeah, and
Yeah.
she was like, she was basically going, "Oh, my intention is to hurt white people," but it was from a joke that was taken
Yeah,
years and years and years and years ago
yeah,
in a context that made sense and was actually really funny.
yeah.
Like, he goes, "Oh, what do you think of all the people hating this?" And she's like, "Oh, well, I did it because I want them to feel upset."
Yeah, was
And it's like,
I want
fuck,
white people to
it was
cry or something. It's
funny.
like, yeah,
Yeah, yeah. It's like, you know what? That it was fucking funny. Obviously,
yeah.
everything taken out of context is gonna sound bad, and
Mhm.
then everyone made it a fucking race war. It was
Yeah,
like, and I feel like it was a bunch of shit for the Acolyte that just did not go its way at all. The one person that would be able to save so much of Star Wars in the future is Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding.
alright,
I'm not
give me
kidding.
the theory.
I'll tell you
Break it
what.
down for me. Break it down for me.
This guy does not miss with marketing.
Mhm.
Anything that happens to him, it's like, if it's bad, it rolls off his back, like water
Yeah,
off a duck's back. Nothing fucking happens. He had that whole problem with Oprah not giving any
yeah,
money, right?
yeah,
It fucking turned around, and guess what? Now Oprah's the bad one, and The Rock's doing so fucking well. He made his own fitness line, right? Project Rock. It was going down because it was like apparently improper practices and so on. Water
yeah,
off the duck's back. If The Rock can do that on a global scale, think about what he could do for Star Wars. And you could just have him in there playing The Rock as someone who's like, he could just be a Sith being like, "I hate these motherfuckers. This Jedi gotta go down." Right? That's it. That's it.
When
That's it. Everyone's gonna watch. You're gonna get the 50-year-old dads who are like, "I love The Rock.
yeah,
I
yeah,
love The
yeah,
Rock."
yeah.
You know? And you've got a fucking consistent audience.
When you just said that, it triggered something. I just googled it because I swear I remember there being rumors like a couple years ago that there was like a little rumor going around that he wanted to be in Star Wars or something. They were trying to find a role for him. I googled it. There was a rumor going around a couple years ago. Um, but yeah, apparently Lucasfilm were trying to hire him for something. So if we actually got The Rock in Star Wars, that would be unreal.
He could, dude. He made Black Adam. look like it was gonna be the movie of the century. Think
You're
about
not
that.
wrong. You're
Think
not
about
wrong because
think
I
about
I
what he
went
could
to
do.
watch I did go to watch that, maybe about a year ago, and I could not get past the first 5 minutes, dude. I could not.
See,
I love
I'm
The
so
Rock.
glad. I same,
Yeah.
same,
I could not get
same.
past that first 5 minutes though, dude. I've seen so many of his movies, I could
Yeah,
not do that one, man.
yeah.
Like, Central
But, like, and
Intelligence, I'll watch
funny.
forever. Love it.
So good.
But yeah,
So good.
Black Adam just wasn't
Yeah,
it.
yeah. But imagine if he could do something like that. If he could do something like that for Black Adam,
Mhm.
DC, not even fucking Marvel,
Yeah.
DC, and
Yeah.
it's not even a main character in DC. It's some random side dude, right?
Yeah.
That nobody's cared about except for The Rock for so
Yeah.
long, and it was a passion project, and he just pumped it and pumped it and pumped it and just created this hype, and then it crumbled, but it was like everything was built on such strong foundations that people
Mhm.
forgot about it and they still held it in high regard because of the marketing campaign.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
he's a genius, bro. He's a genius.
You're not wrong. Actually, that's the theory of the century. I love it. If this actually comes to fruition one day, you're gonna look like Gandhi or something.
Dude, I am. I am Gandhi. I didn't want to tell you. I didn't want to tell you.
So can I change it? I'll be special guest Gandhi.
It's actually Mandalore the Gandhi. Yeah.
Gandhi Jaran. That's your new name.
Dude. Nice. That works. That works.
So, I mean, still in line with Star Wars, but slightly away from it. We'll go to the content creation side of stuff for a second.
Yes.
When did you start, and why did you start?
When did I start? It was a warm summer's day. I remember the sun rays trickling through that very window right next to me and getting divine inspiration, thinking, I need to make Star Wars content. I picked up a camera, the first one that I saw next to me. I made sure it was charged and I just started talking. Somehow lighting was there. Somehow a chair popped up out of nowhere, and it was like the first couple of episodes of the Bad Batch, and I just talked about it, and it just became like the number one channel in the world. It was weird. It was like for a bit, no one could stop talking about me. You know, right now, I'm actually one subscriber off PewDiePie, so you wouldn't believe it. You wouldn't believe it. Don't don't look at my subs. Don't look at my
Oh, I saw a bunch of zeros there, dude. Don't worry.
dude. I know it's 0.0000, but it's still heaps of zeros, man. So no, like I I for a long time I wanted to do something online. I
Yeah.
really like I really wanted to do something that I could just talk. And
Yeah.
because dude, all my friends were so fucking sick of me talking about Star Wars and all my theories and so on. And I was
Mhm.
just like,
Mhm.
man, I just want to I want to find someone to fucking talk to. So
Yeah.
I started watching. I saw Beyond the Dune Sea. I saw the
Okay. Yeah.
third episode. I caught onto them
Third
super,
episode.
super
Yeah.
third episode. There were 3
Foundation
episodes
member.
in. I remember oh, man. I mean, like, I've been obsessed with these guys from the moment I saw them. It was something about the warmth of their channel, how
Yeah,
you
okay.
just felt like you were talking with mates. And I messaged them
Yeah.
and I was like, "Look, I've been wanting to do something for a while. I really don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do." And this was out on a whim. This was out on a
Yeah.
whim, right?
Yeah.
And I just
Yeah.
said, "Look," and I said to myself, I was like, "If they respond, I've got to do it."
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
I really, really respect these guys, but they're never
Yeah.
gonna fucking respond. They're never gonna respond. And dude, they did within almost a day. Like, it was wild. Message me,
Unreal.
dude, and it was a whole list. My whole phone, I had to scroll multiple times on the text messages, like telling me every single thing that they did to set up their whole channel. And then they were like, give it a
Unreal.
go. Can't. And they were like, and because I said, I was like, what can I do? Can I like, give you money? Like, dude, I can't tell you how much they helped me. I
That's
can't
so
tell you.
nice.
And they were like, no, no, no. Just send me the link to your first episode. That's all I want.
Oh, that's beautiful.
So,
Yeah.
dude, I can't talk higher from these guys. Like they're actually the best.
Unreal.
And
Yeah.
a lot of that was just genuine inspiration. It's a lot like
Mhm.
you can see so much of my channel is just it's little snippets of Beyond the Dune Sea and kind of like with my own
Yeah.
twist. And
Yeah.
I talk to them. I talk to them all the fucking time, like
Yeah.
almost every week. Actually, every week, but almost every like third day. It's
Yeah, yeah.
wild.
Yeah.
Wild. I've made great friends with them. And I mean,
Unreal.
I hope, but no, like
It's like, "Who's
it's
Jeremy?"
yeah, yeah. Who's that guy? That fucking weird moustache dude. Um, but like they've just they've given me so much help, and they've even just told me even recently because I messaged them and I was like, look, I really hope you don't think I'm not just fucking copying everything. Like I
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
genuinely just am really inspired by everything. And they're like, dude,
Yeah,
copy fucking as much as you want. I don't care.
yeah.
Like we
It's
just
a compliment,
do
yeah.
your yeah, like it's man. So a lot of that, like seriously, everything that I've been doing is just because I've really wanted to do it for a while, and I just have
Yeah.
so much motivation because I watch these guys all the time.
Unreal. That's awesome.
Yeah, man.
On the GNC. Unreal. Now, you sort of put a little twist, we'll call it, on your content. You love doing it outdoors, don't you? I see a lot of you out in nature, a lot of it, out the front of the Sydney Harbours a couple times. Do you just like
Yeah,
getting out and
man.
about and just, yeah, whipping out a camera and yeah.
I love
Would
whipping it out everywhere, bro. I whip it out. I whip it out, like, no matter dude, anywhere I am, it's out, you know?
and then the camera comes out later.
I
Yeah.
oh, dude, the camera's there filming the whole time. I mean, like, almost like I've gotta make money somehow, you know what I mean? Um, but yeah, dude, I was actually it was kind of like a weird coincidence because
Yeah.
I live in a share house, right? I'm
Yeah.
with my twin and I'm with my roommate. Now,
Yeah.
both of them are super fucking driven. They work
Yeah.
so fucking hard. My
Mhm.
brother, he is a primary school teacher, so
Yeah.
he's in bed early and
Yeah.
he's up early.
Mhm.
My roommate is one of the most incredibly talented violinists you will ever meet in your
Really?
life. One of the most musicians in general, he can do piano, he can do guitar, he can do any dude, so incredibly talented. And it actually like I was really kind of sitting in the background going, all right, I'm like, I've got to do this at this time because I work nights as well. I
Yeah.
really barely have days off.
Yeah.
Right. So I was kind of like working all the time. I can only do around like 10 till 11 is when I would film usually,
Yeah.
and I had
Yeah.
all of these lights and set up, and it was like blinding white light. I was just like,
Yeah.
I feel really uncomfortable. I feel
Yeah.
really, really uncomfortable. And at the time, I was doing a lot of intros. I haven't been doing it lately because I've got a little bit of stuff in the works for that one.
Yeah. Okay.
Um, I plan on doing like a trailer for every single week that's coming up, not
Okay.
just adding it on as an intro.
Yeah.
So I just kind of want to do a trailer to the episode. So, I try like, in an effort to perfect I call it, like, perfecting a minute before I get to
Okay.
5.
Okay.
So and it'll work its way out, but,
Yeah.
and my roommate was like, "Dude, you're being too loud. You're being way too loud." And I'm like, "Fuck, I don't like the light.
Yeah.
I don't like that I'm doing it late.
Mhm.
Fuck it. I'm just gonna go film outside where I'm comfortable in the woods."
Unreal. Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
And I did one episode. I can't remember where the fuck it was. Oh, I did one episode in North Head, and it
Yeah.
was in one of the most beautiful spots in Sydney. And I was
Yeah.
like, I just wanna do this and show you guys a view because and the funniest thing is I've wanted to do a podcast for so fucking long, and I've
Yeah.
always said to myself, if I was ever gonna do it, I'll do a different scene every single time.
That's unreal. Yeah.
Every
That'd be
single
so
time I
cool.
do it, I'll do, like, a different area. So when
Yeah.
I get really fucking rich, when I get really fucking famous, and I'll be able to fly out to different areas, or I'll be able to, like, drive long distances and it's my actual job, I wanna
Yeah.
do, like, the most extreme locations for no
Dude, that'd be
fucking reason.
so
I'm
sick.
on the edge of a cliff talking about Star Wars. I wanna get, like, a drone and head it out. Dude, I've got so many fucking ideas.
Dude, that'd
But,
be so cool.
so a lot of my app and the funny thing is, that was one of the first things that kind of got my channel attention. So I was
Yeah.
like, "Why the fuck is this guy outside in the woods just
Just talking
talking
about
about
Star
Star
Wars.
Wars?"
Yeah.
And I'm just like, "Fucking man, I'm just gonna fucking chill. I'm just gonna
Yeah.
chill out there and just do my thing," you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Love that. You should get your roommate to do like because he's like an orchestra by himself. Get him to do like a Star Wars theme intro or something. That'd be so sick, dude.
I've been trying. I've been
You been
trying.
trying?
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, he's so busy. He's so
Yeah.
busy. He's helped me. I'm also really stubborn. I'm really
Yeah.
stubborn. I'm
No,
kinda
I
like,
feel it.
I
Yeah.
wanna do things myself. Dude,
Yeah.
in my recent Blades and Beskar,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
series that I did, I learned how to animate a map. I learned how to do all the music
Unreal,
in
dude.
GarageBand.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
dude, like, everything and anything that I did it
Yeah.
all myself.
Yeah,
And
right.
he helped me with a lot of the scores. Like, he
Yeah.
helped me to understand, like, what it meant to kinda build up to something and so on, because I had no
Okay.
musical knowledge,
Yeah.
but he kinda he knows me well, and he's
He knows,
like,
yeah.
"Yeah, I'm just gonna kind of, like, stoke the fire," you know what I mean? "And I'll just let you kinda do your thing."
Yeah, I'll just let you
So
cook, yeah.
yeah, man, I like doing it,
Yeah.
and you know what? Like, right now, it doesn't look good, but what in 5 years, what's it gonna look
Yeah.
like? You know what I mean?
Exactly. Exactly. It's all a
Yeah,
journey.
man.
You gotta make one of your scenes like Bondi, 'cause that'd be how far away is Bondi for you?
Not far. Not
'Cause that's
far.
like have
I
you
actually Yeah, go
oh,
on.
sorry, you go, yeah.
No, no, it's okay.
Um, because yeah, that's have you heard the little story that's where the high ground like, the inspiration for the high ground scene came from? Was on Bondi
No.
Beach? Well, because obviously, like, episode 2 and 3, majority of it were filmed out in Sydney at Fox
Yeah.
Studios. And Nick Gillard, Hayden Christensen, I don't know if it was anyone else, but yeah, those 2 were going out for dinner somewhere, and they were walking along Bondi. And yeah, Hayden has just fallen down like a sand dune somewhere on Bondi, and that is where the inspiration has come from for that scene. Yeah,
No way.
yeah,
Okay, I'll do that. I'll do that,
yeah,
and I'll talk about
yeah.
you when I go there. 100%, 100%. I, yeah, no, like, I plan on in the future, like, I'm trying to save up money to get, like, a proper camera for it because 'cause I've just been
Yeah,
using my phone and it dies,
yeah,
dude, it dies
yeah,
so fucking quickly.
yeah.
So, I just paid off a couple of things for my bike. I'm about to start spending on some fucking cameras,
Some
and I wanna
cameras,
do a
yeah.
live show.
Yeah, unreal.
I've always kinda liked the idea of, you know that, who's that guy who goes out on the table and it's like, "I believe this changed my mind." You know what I
Um,
mean?
yeah, yeah, I know what's his name? Charlie is it Charlie Kirk or something? I know the guy, yeah.
Either way, you know who I'm talking about, right? So he
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
basically goes out onto the thing and just goes, "This is what I think changed my mind." And
Yeah,
I wanna do that for Star Wars out in public, and I wanna do live interviews and talk to people in person because, like, the one thing that I've always hated, like, always hated,
mm.
was when I went to the movies and I watched the sequels, I was like, everyone in the movies was going, "Oh, fuck yeah, this is fucking awesome, like, fuck,
Yeah,
wha no fucking way," right? And then the
yeah,
moment they leave the doors, they were like, "That was shit, that was shit, that was shit, that
yeah,
was shit." It's like, what the fuck happened, right?
yeah,
What the fuck happened in the fucking 10, 20 meters that you walked that the
yeah,
movie just instantly became dog shit?
yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah.
for me, it's kinda like it's not pressing people, but it's like,
Yeah, yeah.
"Tell me your opinion,"
Yeah, it's just a
you know?
conversation,
It's like,
yeah.
"Tell me your opinion, tell me how you feel."
Yeah.
Just a conversation, and I wanna do it, like, at the Opera House. That's gonna be my first episode. I
Dude,
wanna
that'd be
do it
so
at the Opera
sick.
House. I wanna Yeah, man. There's also, like, there's a lawn just underneath the Harbour Bridge,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
on my side of the bridge. So
Okay, yep.
I'm just gonna do it there as well.
Yeah, unreal. Unreal. That'd be
Yeah.
so cool. That'd be so
Yeah,
cool.
man. So trying to bring Star Wars to the people,
I
you
love
know?
it. I love it. That'd be so cool. That's such a good twist on yeah, because it's like it's a big meme that thing, like, it's such a like, it's a meme template, that whole concept. So,
Yeah.
yeah, putting your little Star Wars twist on it, that'd be unreal, dude.
Yeah, I'm pretty game for it. Like,
Yeah.
it's a lot of moving parts. It's
Yeah.
And the main thing is, dude, it's just hours of footage, and my
Yeah.
phone right now can really only do about an hour
Yeah.
before it's full. Like,
It's
it's a
toast,
phone,
yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
I've got all my sexy videos on there. So, so,
Flick
you
me a
know,
link
it
later.
takes up too much space. Yeah. Link down below,
Link
my
down below.
OnlyFans. Um, sorry, I don't actually have OnlyFans for the people who got really,
Oh,
really excited. But yeah, I
yeah,
know,
no.
I know, I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
Killed the mood,
Um,
Jeremy. What the fuck?
yeah, it's actually my only pans. It's my cooking channel. Um,
Have you had any sorta challenges? And if you've had any challenges with it, what lessons have you learned out of it?
Challenges, bro. Like, for me, it's, you know, I set myself the biggest challenge
Yeah.
of not editing my whole conversation. I wanted to make sure it was as real as possible,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it's really, really hard with
Mhm.
one person talking to the camera to have a coherent argument
Yeah.
the whole fucking time,
And not
right?
stopping and going,
And
and
yeah,
trying to
it's
think.
been
Yeah, I feel yeah.
it's one of my hardest challenges, like,
Yeah.
because, you get to see so many people and they have genuine conversations. It's two friends sitting down having, like, a bunch of banter, talking
Yeah.
about a bunch of stuff, you know? And I think for me, that was my hardest point to be like, you know what? I just need to sit down in front of this camera and just talk, 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 talk
Yeah.
as much as I possibly can, and then filtering out to work down my argument. To now, I'm getting it around 30 minutes per episode, which has
Okay.
been a lot of
Yep.
fun. And then it's
Yep.
also, dude, I'm a potato when it comes to computers. Dude, an absolute potato. I don't think you realize how fucking stupid I am with all that shit. Like, I had to teach myself fucking everything.
Yeah.
Absolutely
Everyone's gotta
fucking
start
everything.
somewhere, though. Everyone's gotta start
No,
somewhere.
I know, but I felt like I started so much behind everyone else, and I had so many ideas because I was like, I wanted to, like, all of my intros that I did when I did holograms and,
Yeah.
like, I did holograms and I did a bunch of different, like, sound effects and so on. It's all
Yeah, yeah,
me.
yeah.
It
Yeah.
was all me.
Yeah.
It was me, like, learning it and understanding
Yeah.
it. It's why it was pretty shit. I got into some 3D models as well. There was
Unreal.
one where I fought stormtroopers, and a lot of that, like, my biggest challenge was just learning how to use the software, learning how to
Yeah,
use
yeah,
a lot of that kind of stuff,
yeah.
and dude, you know what? Not censoring myself and just kind of going, "You know what? Fucking talk
Fuck it,
about whatever
just
the hell you
yeah,
wanna talk about."
yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
man.
'Cause that can be yeah, that can be the hardest thing, so depending, like, how you think and that, like, if you care what people think about you, that can be the hardest thing because 'cause you're putting it out there on the internet for literally anyone to see. So you could
Mm.
get, like, some insane comments and that, like, I don't know what sort of stuff you've had. I've had some unreal stuff, but, like, I just don't care, like, I just have fun with it and, like, I'll go along with it or I'll just agree with them or I don't know. It turns into, like, a funny little side quest for me.
100%, man. I tend to, like, my goal is if I can understand them, like,
Yeah,
understand where they're coming from and try to
yeah,
just build on it, right?
yeah,
So I just wanna get them to the point where we're on kind of like mutual ground. So
yeah,
for
yeah.
me, dude, when I got into the Lord of the Rings universe, oh my god, so many people hated it. Hated, hated,
Really?
hated. I got so many fucking comments. I got comments being like, like, they call me a R word, a retard. Like, dude, I've had so many people just be like, "Oh, yeah, my friend eats pencils as well. He's got just about the same fucking brain cells as you." I'm like, "Sure, mate. Like, fuck, I enjoy something. Shit, you enjoy your fucking ugly girlfriend. I'm not fucking complaining about you, mate." Like, I it was wild, kind of like
Yeah,
seeing a lot of hate. I did actually, but the thing is though, a lot of the hate that I get from people that I know,
yeah.
like I know personally, when I first
Yeah, right.
started, dude, oh my god, so many people gave me so much hate.
Really, that's always the thing I was worried about, dude. Because yeah, that was always the thing I was super worried about. So, like, because I started doing this for like February last year. And, yeah, I had a couple reels on Instagram do okay, sort of around the time the Acolyte ended and that. And then it started popping up, like, I had a message from one of my mates saying, "Hey, do you have a Star Wars Instagram page?" I was like, "Maybe." And then, I reckon we went to the cinema I went to the cinemas maybe later that week, and there was a dude working there who I'd gone to primary school with, so I, like, knew him already. Went up and got my food and that, and he was catching up with him and that. He's like, "I saw your video pop up on Instagram the other day." I was like, "Oh god." He's like, "Got me watching The Acolyte though." I was like, "My bad. My condolences." Um, and yeah, it started popping up for people and that. And yeah, that was always like my biggest fear, but they were all for it. They were like, "As long as you're having fun with it and that, dude." I was like, "Oh, I mean, that's
Mm.
not the reaction I expected, but yeah, obviously that's not quite, the experience you've had.
I've been lucky when it comes to random people,
Yeah,
unlucky when it comes to the people that I know. Like, and because at the start you could see who sent it, like, because
yeah.
I was a business one, so I could see
Yeah,
who
okay, yeah,
sent it
yeah,
and, like, not where they sent it, but I could see the people who were doing it,
yeah,
and I knew who was getting to it. And
yeah.
I heard a lot of comments on the grapevine, and I was just like, "Man," it's never affected me, thank God. Like, it
Yeah,
really
yeah.
could have
No,
just
that's good,
fucking
yeah.
hanged me. But I was just, it was definitely, that was actually, speaking of challenges, that was probably one of the hardest at the start, because so many people that I knew just disliked my first video because they were like, "Fuck this guy," or like
It's
they
such high
sent
school shit,
different
isn't it?
comments. Dude, yeah, I know. It's like so stupid. And I'm like, "Man," they sent it to my mate who then showed me screenshots of the conversation being like,
Yeah,
"What the fuck are they on about?"
yeah,
Right? But then you get the opposite side, which
yeah,
I saw a mate who I hadn't seen for fucking like 5 years probably.
yeah.
And he was just like, "Dude, production value, like, love it.
Unreal, yeah. Shit
I
like
hope
that's
I
so
hope you're
good, isn't
doing
it?
well."
That's
I'm like,
unreal.
"Fuck yeah, man. Fuck
Yeah,
yeah. Absolutely.
yeah, yeah. No, shit like that's
Absolutely,
nice.
dude."
Um,
Yeah.
what would you say has been your highlight of your little content creation journey so far? Would you say it's, like, your relationship with Beyond the Dune Sea or yeah?
100%.
That's
Nothing
so sweet,
compares.
yeah.
Nothing compares, like, because, oh, man, like, if I could show you the conversations, dude, it's just nothing but the kindest people you've ever met in your life, and dude, and he tells me everything,
That's
anything that I need
unreal.
to know,
That's unreal.
anything, as well as Star Wars Sith 66, dude,
He's yeah, he's
nothing.
been super
Oh,
helpful to me too, yeah.
man, he's the fucking best. He comments on all my stuff. He likes
That's
all my stuff. He's always texting me different things. Like, we're
unreal.
gonna meet up at Star Wars Celebration and, like, just film videos,
Yeah.
you know? Just like he I'm so grateful for the people, even meeting you, dude, like meeting
Yeah,
you,
exactly.
meeting Star Wars
Yeah,
Nerd, like meeting so many fucking
yeah.
awesome people. That's been the highlight.
Unreal.
That's been the highlight for sure.
That leads me on to my next bit because I saw you're in Japan a couple months ago, right?
Yeah.
So obviously you're going again next year for Celebration. Perfect. I'll see you
Yep.
there. Um,
Yeah, nice,
I'll be
man.
there. Yeah, I'll be there.
Fuck
Um,
yeah.
what would you have any tips or anything to do with Japan? Did you go? Is there anything much out in that area where there's convention is?
So there's not as much,
Yeah.
but it's Japan. It's still got everything. Yeah, it's funny because it's like it's so convenient anywhere and everywhere you go. You've just got to make sure that you are polite to the people
Yep.
around you and you make an effort. You make an effort for Japanese, dude, you don't have to be fucking good. You just go
Yeah.
konnichiwa,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
it's like fucking basic, just basic stuff.
That's the
Basic,
vibe I've been
like
getting from a couple of
sumimasen.
people.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like, dude, if you show that you're trying, they will treat you with the most amount of love and respect
That's
possible.
beautiful. Yeah. Yeah.
No joke. They are the nicest people in the fucking world, and honestly, like, I'm planning to move there. I'm
Really?
planning to move there. Full on, bro, full on.
Wow.
I I I've been the moment I got there, I was like, "Fuck, it's intimidating."
Yeah.
I thought Sydney was busy because obviously I grew up on a farm, right?
Yeah.
I came to Sydney, I was like, "It's hectic, there's
Yeah.
cars everywhere, like,
Yeah.
cars move before you even turn,
Yeah.
like, before the light even fucking turns green," and it's like, "Fuck."
Yeah. Yeah.
You go to Japan and it's like, dude, it's like cyberpunk. It's
Oh,
just advertisements everywhere and people everywhere. Sardines, man. Sardines.
oh,
And it was
cool.
like such a culture shock, but
Yeah.
just
Right.
it was so comfortable. Just
Okay.
going, fuck, I need to experience this for a long time.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, man.
Have you been to
Yeah.
America at all? I
No,
was
I
gonna
really
say.
want to go.
Yeah, I went there. I went there for over sort of Christmas. Yeah, sort of over most of December 22, and yeah, spending Christmas in New York. That's probably the closest I've been to like that sort of traffic, I suppose, like people on foot and that.
Yeah.
But especially yeah, in like Times Square and that. But yeah, that was ridiculous. That was ridiculous.
I've heard from a lot of like New York friends that I met over there
Yeah,
in Japan that were like, "Japan is New York, but clean, and people follow the rules."
That's fair, yeah, because like, you walk through New York, like, main part of New York, and there will just be, like, black garbage bags piled up to this high on the side of the street, and yeah.
It can be like that in Japan,
Okay,
but at
really?
late at night, you can
Okay,
see, like, a bunch of rubbish on the ground, but
yeah.
dude, you wake up in the morning, it's all gone.
It's all gone.
Nothing is there. Dude, I promise you, you
Yeah,
could get brand new white socks, pristine, out of the fucking packet,
yeah.
walk around for 2 hours
Yeah.
in your socks, promise you they will be just as fucking clean.
That's
Promise you.
insane.
Obviously, don't step in a fucking dirt puddle, but I'm talking about, like, just
Yeah.
walking on the pavement, walking anywhere, into shops, all of it is so clean. So
Unreal.
clean.
Unreal.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, if you do get to America, go to Galaxy's Edge. It is the greatest decision you'll ever make. It is unbelievable.
Yep.
Unbelievable.
I really, really wanna go, dude. I wanna go
Nah.
so badly.
Oh, that's why I was low key hoping because like normally celebrations in America, I was actually hoping we'd get it because it's like, 20th anniversary of Revenge of the Sith. It was literally filmed here in Sydney. Imagine if we got it. Oh, that would be
Bro, I would
nuts.
fucking die.
I know.
I would die.
Mm,
I
it'd
would
be
actually
so good.
like, I would go immediately, and I
Yeah.
would expect all of the American friends to fucking come over and
Mm,
spend some fucking time with the lads,
yeah.
you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And it doesn't even have to be in Sydney,
Exactly.
Sydney's blessed when it comes to all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Sydney's blessed. Even if it's in fucking Perth, I'm there.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
there. I'll ride my bike over, I'll have a
Chuck
whole
in
adventure.
Tasmania. I'll swim. Who cares?
Oh, man, I'll fucking swim. They might not want me there
I'll
because,
be there.
I'm not related to anyone there, but
For the American viewers, we'll say Tasmania is the equivalent of Alabama.
oh, keep it in the family. Love Tasmania. Love Tasmania. Please, Tasmanians, keep following me, if any of you do.
Keep sending out your Cadbury chocolate. We love it. Um, that's all I know that's there. There's Cadbury and what? That's about it.
There's a lot of whiskey, that's what I know.
Really?
Um, yeah, man, really, they make the best alcohol because it's all from the cleanest water.
Yeah, fair. Because no one touches it.
Yeah.
Um, I'm just firing shots now.
Yeah, fuck Tasmania.
They got left off the Australian shape. So who are they?
Yeah, just saying.
um, Back to the Star Wars stuff. We'll go into a little bit of a deep dive.
Shoot.
Who's your favorite Jedi or Sith, and what do you admire about them?
Favorite Jedi? I think the pure embodiment of who a Jedi truly is,
Hmm.
Obi-Wan.
Hmm.
Obi-Wan, for
Yep.
sure. I mean, like, he's just to see someone who doesn't falter,
Yep.
who doesn't break. He lost his girlfriend, he lost his Padawan, his Jedi Order, his master, like everything that he ever believed and loved in. You know, it's it was all gone, and yet he still didn't break.
Yep.
I think he's truly the embodiment of what it means to be a Jedi, and that's why I love him so much.
Yep.
Vader.
Yeah.
Vader, I feel like that's the same level as like Revenge of the Sith. You can't not put him in like SS tier. So I feel like I would have to go outside of Vader. I'd have to go Maul.
Mole. Yeah. Yeah. No, that's very fair. Very fair.
Yep.
Have you read any of the Vader comics?
I read the one that he was getting his lightsaber, but that was it.
Dude, so there's three main series that take place in like different time periods. So there's one that
Mm,
takes place probably there's different arcs that take place like maybe at the start of at the end of Revenge of the Sith, and then sort of go through the next 5-10 years. There's one that takes place straight after A New Hope, and then there's one that takes place like pretty well straight after Empire. But that one that's after Revenge of the Sith is, oh sorry, yeah, after Revenge of the Sith like is insane because it shows like his castle and all that getting built. Um,
fuck yeah.
but there's an arc. in the one that's just after A New Hope, which is like just insane. Like it just shows how much hate he had in him. Like he was just on like a completely different level. It was ridiculous. Like, yeah. My favorite comics by
Yeah,
far.
man.
Unreal.
Yeah, I gotta watch it. I gotta
Yeah.
watch it
Do it
100%.
for sure, dude. They are so good. Which character's development do you find most compelling throughout the whole saga?
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah,
Um,
I didn't want just straightforward questions. I was like, I want ones where they have to
that's a
stop and
really
think. I want ones where they have to
that's a
stop and
really,
think.
really good
Yeah.
question. Um, hmm, their best development. I think it's so easy to say Anakin, but I
Yeah.
actually don't think he developed that much. I
That's
really
fair.
don't think so.
That's that's
Yoda
fair.
didn't develop anywhere near as much as I thought he would. He
Mhm.
basically just chickened out and then just goes, "Oh wait, no, I fucked up." You know what I
Yep.
mean?
Yep.
Like most of the Jedi.
Yep.
I think Coleman Trebor. Um,
He developed from up here to down there.
but in reverse. Ooh,
Ooh.
no. Oh fuck. It's like all of the Star Wars universe.
Literally any series, any show, any movie, whether it's within one episode or it's fucking R2D2 from Phantom Menace to Rise of Skywalker.
I think the best development of a character would have to be Finn,
Okay. Yeah.
but mainly because it was the classic thing that we always wanted.
Yeah.
It was the villain to good. I think they
Mhm.
fucked up by not making him a Jedi.
Oh,
100% they
absolutely.
fucked
No,
up. And as well as
100%.
they marketed it like he was gonna be a
Oh,
Jedi,
yeah, for
which
sure.
really pissed me off.
He even thought he was
Really
gonna be a
pissed
Jedi.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I feel like that would probably be the best development
Yeah.
out of out of all of the big Skywalker saga.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
But
what that's what yeah.
outside of that, I'd probably say if you're talking about, like, whole probably Cal Kestis.
Okay. Yep.
If you're talking about games. If you're talking about just the movies,
Literally anything.
definitely.
Anything. Literally anything.
Yeah, I'll stick with Finn. I'll stick with
Yeah,
Finn.
okay. Yep. That's one of the things I think I'm hoping for the most out of this Ray movie is him to come back and because it'd be good not just for like us to see it, but I think it'd be so good for John Boyega to be able to have that because you can tell he's like a massive Star Wars fan. He got done so
Yeah.
fucking dirty, and
So
to the
dirty.
point he just did not want to come back straight after like they're all done. But I think he did an interview last year at some point, like around the time the movie got announced. They were just asking, would you come back? And it wasn't a definite no; it was a maybe now. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's probably one thing I'm really looking forward to is I hope he does come back and sort of get that. Not for himself, but I'd love to see that too.
But even, like, Sabine, we get to see that a
Mm,
regular person not even I guess she does have the same bloodline as Tar Vizsla,
yeah,
but, you know, to see someone that you can be anyone and you
yeah,
can still have the Force, you know what I mean?
yeah,
I feel like that's kind of exciting me for the future. Like, he
yeah,
could still be that Jedi, you know what I
yeah,
mean?
for sure, for sure. I did a whole video on that because everyone was calling her like a Mary Sue and that. I was like, wait a fucking minute, wait a fucking
Yeah.
minute. I did a whole, I think I did like a 10-minute video and I broke it down. I was like, it makes sense. Just fucking relax.
Yeah,
She grew
no.
up. I think she grew up around like where you are, like in Sydney. Because I know where I remember, obviously, like the Rayside Hannah. I think she said she grew up
Yeah.
like 20, 30 minutes away from her. So they're probably not too far from you. But yeah, because
I'm
she's a
pretty
Sydney girl.
sure she's around Olympic Park.
Yeah, right.
I'm pretty sure she's around there because I saw on her story the other
Yeah.
day, she
Yeah.
was walking in the same area because I used to live next to Olympic Park.
Oh, shit. Yeah, right. Okay.
I used to live there, and it was this massive park,
Yeah.
and she was walking through the same one that I used to go on, like, I used to do, like, walks every day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Every single day I would go through that park, so I
Yeah.
recognized it straight away, and I was like, "Oh, fuck, you're so close." Like, she's just that way.
I think I know the one you're
She's
talking
just
about too. Because I've been to Sydney a couple times in the last couple of years, like for like following my footy team and that. And the first
mm,
time we went a couple of years ago, the Uber driver just had no idea where we were trying to go because we're trying to go to the Giant Stadium in Olympic Park. And he had
yeah,
no idea where he was taking. He dropped us off somewhere, and yeah, we had to walk like 20 minutes through this park to fucking get there. So I think
yeah,
I know the one you're talking about. But
yeah.
yeah, yeah. Oh, here's one for you. If you could change one storyline in Star Wars, what would it be, and how would you change it?
Um, okay. I know it's pretty obvious, but
Go for it.
I don't really want to change anything. I
Yeah.
really don't.
Yeah.
Because it's like, you know what? That's what it is. I'm gonna have to deal with what it is.
Yeah.
I would change the way they did Luke.
In
I hated
in the
in
sequels.
The Last Jedi.
Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
I hated the way they did Luke.
Yeah.
Why did they think that making all of our biggest heroes grumpy old men was a good fucking idea? You know, what I would do is I would change it so that yes, he was secluded, but he was secluded because the right person would come and find him,
Yeah.
and then people like he could join. And you know what? It's fine if the whole Jedi thing, his whole Jedi temple was destroyed, but not by him.
Yeah.
Not because he had some fucking force vision about his nephew. Like, he would never do that. Luke
Exactly.
Skywalker,
It
that we know, he
mm,
threw down his lightsaber in front of his father and was like, "I'm not gonna fight you.
yeah.
I see the good in you. I'm not gonna fight you. This is not you."
Mhm.
Like, well, he's not gonna just fucking right
Yeah.
on his fucking nephew. So that's one of the big things I'd change.
Mhm.
That's one of the
Yeah.
big things I'd change. I would make him the Luke that we know, the
Yeah.
courageous Luke, the one that, that would feel the passion. Maybe he is too old to join
Yeah.
in, but exactly like Obi-Wan Kenobi, hey, I've shown you the path, and then this is where you're gonna have to go. Enjoy it. I'm going to sacrifice myself and go. Because that's what he knew.
Yeah.
That's what he knew. That's his master. That's who he grew up with. His
Yeah.
first introduction to the Force was that. His father and his master having the ultimate fight, and then his master sacrificing himself to show that his father was not truly lost.
Yeah.
Like, that's what he would do, and that's what I would change, because that's the one thing that if they didn't do that, the sequels would be 10 times better and people
Oh,
would like them.
100%. 100%. No,
Yeah.
I could go on for fucking years about it, but yeah. I'll never understand it. I'll
Never
never,
understand it,
ever
bro.
understand it.
But you know what? It's because Ryan Johnson, he wanted to just ruin everything that J.J. Abrams brought in, and he just because it's this fucking ego the
Mm,
directors have that
yeah.
everything that they do has to be perfect, and that anything else that anyone else is doing is not right because it's not theirs. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? It's like, fuck you.
And
You don't
yeah.
fucking know anything that's going on.
And then you hear the
You know?
stories of Mark Hamill trying to tell Ryan, like, "This isn't what would happen, like, this is what would happen." And he just didn't fucking listen. Why would you not fucking listen to Mark Hamill? He's been on it since the very, very beginning. Why would you not at least listen?
Yeah.
This is a
That's
man
it's
who yeah.
he was the founding Star Wars character.
Yeah, and this is like I've seen Mark Hamill interviews, like, he wasn't just, like, an actor. He was, like, almost studying George at points, like, ask him, "Why'd you do it like this? Why'd you do it this way?" Like, he knew how the man thought and shit, like, why would you not take that insight? Like, that is so valuable to
Mm.
have.
It's because his ego was too big.
It'll never make sense. I
Never.
just
It never will, and you know what? And because Mark Hamill went against him, it tanked it even more.
mm, yeah, yeah, but, like, to his credit, he still did it because he knows no one else wanted to see someone else's Luke. So, that would
Yeah.
have been
If they
so
recast
painful.
Luke, it would just be, oh my
I know,
god. It's like,
I know.
"Hey, I'm Luke Skywalker. You
Yeah.
remember me, right?" Like, fucking stupid, bro. Fucking stupid.
Oh.
It's like when they changed Dumbledore. It's like, you don't even realize, you're like,
"Hey,
"He
wait,
doesn't
you
look
look
the
different."
fucking same." Yeah. It's like, and all the photos have
Yeah,
changed.
yeah.
He's like the new guy, and it's like,
Mm. Wait a minute.
"This is fucking weird."
Oh,
Yeah, hold on
yeah.
a fucking second here.
Oh, and that's probably another trick they probably missed as well. It would've been so good to have just one more scene because you see the photoshops, it genuinely makes me sad because you see the photoshops, it's like, why do we never get it? Why do we never get one more scene with Luke, Leia, and Han all together? Like, that would've been so fucking perfect.
Bro. Oh,
I
you know what else I'll change?
yeah,
You know what else I'd change as well?
yeah.
The end. I saw a fucking fan edit about Anakin, and he's the Force ghost, and he gets the 2 lightsabers when Rey fucking drops
Oh,
down.
dude,
I don't think it lessens Rey's character.
that
Yeah.
shit gives me
I'm like,
fucking
yeah,
tingles, dude.
that's what I would do. That's what I would
That's
fucking do.
yeah,
100%.
because I don't know what you were like gone into Rise of Skywalker, but like with me, I was so fucking done. Like I'm obviously still gonna go watch it, but like I just had zero like expectations. I was so done after the Last Jedi.
Yeah.
But the only thing I wanted to see, I was like, all right, it's the end of the Skywalker saga. You got to have like the Skywalker in it at some point, surely. Anakin, like you've got to have him in it at some point. I was talking to a dude a couple years ago because obviously we never got it. Apparently, they did film all those scenes, and JJ Abrams didn't actually know. I don't. This will like never come out probably, but he apparently JJ like they'd filmed the scenes in that, and then JJ Abrams only found out they cut it because you do like a director's cut, and then there was a studio cut. It made it to the director's cut, and then they do like a premiere in that, and it just wasn't there. And JJ Abrams was like so fucking pissed. Apparently, he's like, what's going on?" Like
What the
there was just
fuck?
no, yeah, like you hear the voices instead. Imagine like
That's so fucking
but
annoying.
that edit, because I've got it down, like I've literally got that edit downloaded. Because there's been a couple fan edits, but then who was it? Lio with a capital Z, Lio's cut. That was the fucking best one I've ever seen. That came out a few months
Mm.
ago. Unreal. That shit gives me fucking tingles every time I see it, dude.
Dude, the amount of goosebumps that I had should be fucking illegal. It was the coolest scene ever.
I
It was
know.
actually like it was perfection. Actual perfection.
Because that was my whole problem with Palpatine coming back, is it just like diminishes. I know like the balance isn't going to be there forever, but the same person coming back and creating that imbalance is what I have a problem with Palpatine. Because
Mm,
like with George's sequels, he was going to have Maul and Traya come back, and that was going to be the
yeah.
whole enemy, which is fine. Like that's obviously going to create imbalance again, but it's just Palpatine, and that just like diminishes Anakin's redemption, all that. So having him be there to defeat him again would sort of, offset that a bit. But
Yeah, I don't know if you saw I did a video recently, it was last
yeah,
week. About the concept art for what could have been episode
yeah,
9.
yeah,
It was meant to be the Jewel of the Fates,
yeah.
and dude, I did a whole fucking video on what it could have been.
Mm.
Like, I lost my fucking shit. I lost my shit when I saw all of these fucking images going, "This would have worked.
Yeah, yeah,
This would have worked. What the
mm,
fuck were they doing?" Dude, and they dropped it all
yeah,
because Colin was apparently too hard to work with.
mm,
I reckon he was just stubborn and he was like, "Don't fucking change my story.
yeah,
Don't change what the fuck I've got here."
yeah.
But dude, you had Kylo Ren. Basically, it was that the First Order had their base on Coruscant, right? It
Oh,
wasn't destroyed. It
Seymour of
wasn't
Coruscant would
destroyed.
have been insane.
So fucking good, and it was really cool because it had this like big. Basically, it was a ship, but it had a big fucking connector beam going down into like the heart of Coruscant. It was so
Oh,
fucking cool. Anyways, and you get to see all of these different like aspects of the people rising up. I would 100% say one of the best scenes that we've ever got in Star Wars was that's not Nami, that's the people. You know what I mean?
oh,
It was awesome. It was awesome to see all these ships from everywhere that we've seen in Star Wars all band together and be like, "Oh fuck!" Like that's everyone that we know and everyone that we love and everything that we've seen, and it's just people. It's just
yeah,
regular people.
yeah,
You know I'm a fucking sucker for that,
yeah,
and that's what
yeah,
they
yeah,
were going to do on Coruscant. They had all of these people in old ATSTs, and they were like kitted out, and they had all these like spears and shit in them, like metal spears. It was all
yeah,
paint jobs for like the resistance and so
yeah,
on,
yeah,
and they were all standing up to go fight. You had Kylo Ren fighting wolves in this like desolated area because they basically they destroyed the old Jedi temple.
yeah.
And in that area where Kylo was trying to find out more about being a Sith in the Sith temple that was underneath the Jedi temple,
Okay, yeah.
you had all of these like fucking huge wolves, and he was fighting wolves on Coruscant. On a fucking abandoned Coruscant in the old Jedi temple.
That would have
Like,
been so fucking nuts, dude.
bro, I lose my shit. I lose my shit.
Even like, wait, because obviously he was on Mustafar at the start of that movie. They could have shown us him going to Vader's castle and going through Vader's castle and seeing all the shit that was there because you know what's there from the comics, and some of that shit would be so cool, dude. Like, oh my
Yeah.
god.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that'd be nuts. Imagine they synced up when you said the beam coming at like into that going into the heart of Coruscant. Imagine they sync that up with that little that they say it's the highest mountain on Coruscant, that rock you see in Mandalore
Yeah.
in the Mandalore. Imagine that was like the
That'd be
fucking
fucking
spark of the
cool.
beam.
Dude, that would be fucking cool.
Imagine that was that, and
That'd be
then like
really
yeah,
cool.
and then yeah, like obviously all those years later, like last year, you just see that rock there. It's like, hey, that's what that's going to be in 25 years.
Dude, that's pretty fucking sick.
Yeah.
That's pretty
This
sick.
is literally not like you. This is why I started YouTube because I was annoying people at work too much. Like they said they like Star Wars, so I just immediately chewed their ear off. And I was like, yeah, I know you're getting sick of this. I need to talk to someone else.
Yeah. Yeah, man. This is why I started it. Like, I
Yeah,
fucking love it.
yeah, it's
I love it,
unreal, dude.
man.
Now, obviously, we our conventions that we get here pale in comparison to what the US get. Have you been? Because obviously we've got the two big ones. We've got Oz Comic Con. We've got Supernova. Have you been to any of them before?
Never been to any one of them. My
Never
first one
been.
is gonna be Star Wars Celebration.
Unreal, dude.
Yeah, man.
What a way to lose
Yeah,
your
man.
virginity. You're gonna fucking. Oh my god.
Dude, I'm gonna be fucking spread legged. I tell you what, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Let's just say I brought the lubricant.
Yeah, yeah. I think we're gonna need
Yeah.
it, dude. I think we're gonna need it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Have you been to one before?
Yeah, so my first one was because we've actually got Supernova coming up this weekend because Anthony Daniels is gonna be there, so I get to meet fucking C-3PO. I cannot fucking wait, dude. But, yeah, I've been to 2 before, so I went to because Adelaide get 1 I think Melbourne get a couple a year, but Adelaide, we
Mm.
get 1 of each. So we had Oz Comic Con earlier last year, like June time, so I met Emily Swallow, obviously the armorer. She is
Holy shit.
so lovely, dude. She is the nicest person you'll ever meet. Like so much time, like makes everyone feel like they get their own special moment and that. Like she is so lovely. Um, like, and then they also did like a 30-minute meet and greet thing with her. So I think it was like 12 of us in there for half hour, just asking her questions
Mm.
and that. I didn't want to be the guy because I had so many questions. I was like, I didn't want to be that guy, so I was like one or two. Then you get like 10-year-old kids in there. I was like, what? Whose parent paid a 10-year-old kid? Because they're asking her questions. Because I think she was saying the last time she was in Australia, she had to rush back for the Rise of Skywalker premiere. And they're just like, "Oh, were you in the movie and that?" And she's like, "Have you guys seen the movie?" I was like, "Dude, I'm losing my half hour."
No
But
way.
nah, she was she was the loveliest person ever. Um, and then about a year, like almost probably like a year ago to the day, we had Supernova. So Tamura was
Mm.
there. He was so cool. He was so cool. Um, because yeah, I don't I try not to like fucking fanboy too much, but I saw him, I was like, oh dude, I went up and he like shook my hand, asked my name, and I was like, dude, I love you. Like that was like he's like, thank you so much. I was like, dude, I was like, please keep coming back. Like we want you in Star Wars. Please keep coming back.
Yeah,
Um,
nice.
yeah, no, he was so nice. Because I was trying to like ask him quick because I wanted to know about like the Kenobi series and shit because like, I knew what the I'd heard rumors about what the script was going to be, and I don't. Have you seen Theory's interview he did a few weeks ago with Stuart Beattie, who was the original script writer for Kenobi?
No.
Dude, watch it. I did a reaction to it as well. Oh fuck, dude, it would have been a trilogy of movies, and oh, it would have been so good, dude,
I'll check
so
your
good.
video. I'll check your video.
Yeah, like it was unreal. But I'd heard a couple of the leaks, like Cody was initially meant to be in it and things like that. Because I was asking him, I was like, did that ever get to you? Like, did you know you were like there might be a chance for you to be Cody? He's like, he's like, dude, I was like, I want to be in Star Wars. I just never heard anything about it. And same with like, because that was the last week of the strike as well. That was the last weekend that strike was on last year. The
Holy
actors and
shit.
so he couldn't.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
because I was asking him about Boba and all that. I was like, are we gonna like, are we getting more of you, dude? And yeah, he's like, I haven't heard anything, but he's like, that might be because of the strike as well. The best part though was because that would have been what, maybe a month or two after we saw Rex in Ahsoka. And I was asking him because I was like, were you in the suit or did you just do the voice? I asked him that when I got my photo done with him. He's like, no, I just did the voice for it. And then I saw him like, I don't know, 45 minutes later when I was getting my pop and that signed. And he remembered the question I asked because he was giving me more context, and he's like, I actually forgot I don't think he forgot he did it. I think he forgot when it was going to be on, like his part. And he's like, so
Yeah.
he's just watching as a fan, and then he did the full fucking Leo DiCaprio meme. He's like pointing at the TV. He's like, "That's me."
No!
I was like, "Dude, that's
No
so
way.
sick." But yeah, nah,
That's so fucking
yeah,
cool.
that's something I've always sort of admired about Star Wars. Like a lot of the actors in Star Wars, besides you like your Samuel L. Jacksons and maybe like your Liam Neesons and that, most people that are in Star Wars is their biggest thing like they've done in their career, which
Mm,
is fucking unreal. But you never hear like a lot of bad stories about the like most of the people they hire and are in Star Wars, like they're just genuinely good people.
yeah.
Um, like I don't know if you've the tattoo that I don't know if you've seen the tattoo I got. The Let's see if I can get a good angle on it. But it's the
Yeah, sick.
yeah. Had to get that Vader scene done from that Kenobi episode. But my tattoo artist, he was saying he's done some work for a dude who does like makeup art, like makeup for movies and that. Like did a bit on Lord of the Rings and stuff like that. But he was saying like his crown jewel, and this is a guy that lives like 10 minutes away. I need to contact my fucking tattoo artist, see if I can actually somehow get a hold of this guy. He lives
That'd be
like
fun.
10 minutes away from me. His crowning piece, like the best part he's done of his career, he did Anakin's burn makeup on Mustafa. I was like, dude, what the fuck? And he was saying like as part of it, he when he was working on the movie, like he got to go out for like a special dinner with it was him, Ewan, Hayden, and Samuel L. Jackson. And he's like, they're the three nicest people you'll ever meet. I was like, what the I'm sitting there getting my tattooed. I was like, what the fuck? But
Yeah,
yeah.
he's like, "Stop the tattoo.
Yeah,
I'm going out. I'm gonna meet
just
this person."
yeah, just wait to say, yeah, I'll see you in an hour. But yeah. Nah, it's yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Especially like when I
That
go to those conventions and that I'm sure you'll find it next year when we're at Celebration. Motivation goes through the fucking like whether you're motivated or not already as it is, like motivation goes through the fucking roof because you just want to be a part of that community like so much more, dude. It's insane.
yeah,
Yeah, no, you'll love
yeah.
it. It's gonna be because yeah, at these conventions we get like one, maybe two people from Star Wars. There, it's just gonna be literally all Star Wars. Like it's gonna be ridiculous.
That's gonna be so fucking cool.
Yeah.
That's gonna be so fucking cool, dude. I am so keen. I'm actually so keen.
Dude, I'm not a morning person, but I think tickets came out maybe like 8 a.m. our time for Celebration, 8:30 or something. I was up at fucking I got like 3 hours sleep that night, dude. I woke up like 6:30. I'm like I was online. I'm like I had like 6 tabs open. My mate that I'm going with had like 6 tabs open. We're like, I'm not missing out. Oh, dude.
Nice, man.
Cannot wait.
Nice.
Cannot wait. Here we go. If you could have any Star Wars creature as a pet, what would it be?
Oh, Salacious B. Crumb. I reckon that guy
Salacious
gives
B. Crumb.
sloppy, bro. Yeah. 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 100%. 100%. Either that or a Jawa,
Ooh.
which is kinda not really a creature, but it is kinda, but it's not.
I'm sure you could
So
domesticate it.
you could 100% you could. But Salacious, yeah, I reckon that guy. I reckon that guy, first of all, the yarns would be insane.
Yeah.
Um, but the sloppy, dude,
Dude, you'd think you're
come
the funniest guy ever because I'm pretty sure that's the only word he says. He just fucking laughs. Think you're a fucking comedian.
yeah, bro. Pretty much, man. Pretty much. And that's you got to surround yourself with the people that make you feel special. And Salacious, he makes you feel special.
He makes you feel
That's why
special.
Jabba had him in that very precarious spot, if you know what I mean. Like, just saying. Just saying. He was in a little
I'm picking up what you're putting down. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
yeah. He was there for a reason, and I want him. I want him. The fucking credit card meme. Give it to me.
Here's the money.
Yeah, but
What's your favorite Star Wars quote, and why does it resonate with you?
um, okay. Let me look it up so I don't fucking
Yeah,
butcher it.
yeah, no. I'd be yeah. You don't want to fuck it up.
It's one very specific one. Okay,
Mm,
it's my favorite Yoda moment of all time,
okay.
and it was actually in the fucking sequels. It's when Yoda and Luke are
Mhm.
looking at the burning tree,
Yeah,
and he
yeah.
says, "The greatest teacher failure is, Luke, we are what they grow beyond. That is the true burden of all masters."
That was one of the
I
only highlights of that movie.
Oh, 100%, 100%. I fucking love it. It's like, you have characters like Yoda, like Gandalf,
Yeah.
who just give just divine wisdom,
Mhm.
and to have a moment like that to show, you know what? He was the greatest Jedi of all time,
Yeah.
and then he became the biggest failure of all time.
Mhm.
To just learn it was a part of the journey, because he would never be able to basically teach the person who would defeat all of evil if he didn't fail in the first place.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I 100% agree. 100% agree. That is certainly up there. That is
Yeah,
certainly up there. Now,
love that one.
I think you're gonna give a fucking unreal answer for this one, so you got a lot of hype to live up to. If you could invite 3 Star Wars characters to a dinner party, who would it be and why?
Not the actors who play the characters, the actual characters itself.
The actual characters, yeah. Well, I mean, in the credits for Phantom Menace, it says Jabba the Hutt plays Jabba the Hutt. So, I mean, you could have the actor or
Wow.
the character. Yeah, getting
Depends.
all technical
Is
on
it
you.
like a is it like a Diddy dinner party?
I mean, if that's the direction we're going,
Because ain't no
depends on
party
the
like a
character.
Jabba party.
Ain't no party like a Diddy party.
Um, okay. Oh, the characters that I would wanna bring. Um Oh, that's a good one, bro. You've got good questions,
I
man.
want ones
You
that
got
actually
really good
make people
questions.
think. I was like, I don't want ones where it's like, oh yeah, there. I started then. I started then. I want ones I like it when you have to stop and think.
Yeah, dude, I like okay, because so much goes through your head, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Do you want wisdom? Do you
Mm.
want joy? Do you want anger?
There's
Like,
so many angles
do you
you could
want
have
just
here.
so many angles? And I think the way that I put it is, how lucky am I gonna get at the end of the night? You know what I mean? Because let's just say, I know we were talking shit about the Acolyte, but I've got a little bit of a fond loving of Basil.
Of Basil, yeah, getting freaky with
Yeah,
Basil.
I reckon Basil, he's gonna win the freak off for sure. So I reckon
Yep,
Basil's number one.
yep, for sure.
Mainly that sweet, delectable treat that he is. God, I would ravage his hairy body. Um, I, so after dinner, the dessert.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I mean?
The other 2
Um,
gotta or they can watch, you know.
they're gonna watch. Trust me, I got a cuck chair. Okay, and you know who the hell's sitting in the cuck chair. All right, come on, come on. I know you're gonna know this one. It's Salacious B. Crumb. No, it's
He he's just
no.
laughing at you the whole
Um,
time, you're getting all self-conscious, like, "What am I doing
oh
wrong?"
man, it made me a bit self conscious.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nah, he'd probably no, I wouldn't want Salacious there because he's probably chilling there in the back anyway. He's the one recording. Um, who else? So I'd have Basil. I want to know what the hell that tail does. Like, let's
I think
just
you're
say
about to
Jabba
find
the
out,
Hutt.
man.
He can
Yeah.
fucking do things to me. So let's go Basil,
Mhm.
Basil, Jabba. So I've got a top and I've got a bottom.
Yeah. Then
And
you're just
then
in the middle.
oh, I'm in the middle. And then just for a little bit of light-hearted fun,
Yeah.
I'd probably say, hmm, probably a B1 battle droid. Probably, I just want to dick down a battle droid, like a B1 battle droid, and then just have him just go Roger, Roger the whole time. I want nothing but Rogers. I want to Roger that Roger. You know what I mean? Like, I reckon that shit would go fucking crazy.
Perfect answer.
Thank you. Thank you.
Perfect answer. Couldn't have said it better myself.
Stop.
If you're really getting freaky, you could probably get a Wampa in there, I reckon.
Oh no. Oh god, no. That was I had one night with a Wampa, and I'll tell you what, I'd
Yeah.
take a Wookiee any day. It
Yeah.
was just tore me apart. I couldn't sit down for a week. Couldn't sit down.
Right. Jabba can take the Wampa. You can start off nice and slow with Basil.
Think about that, the Untergunter Jabba, and he's just dribbling, he's all sloppy. Man, bro, I'll tell you what. I mean, like, if you're talking about a good time, ain't no party like a Jabba party. So it's just shit goes down, man.
Oh, shit would
Shit
go
goes
down
down,
Jabba's palace, dude.
bro. Yeah. Oh, maybe even a Rancor, but like once a month. You know what I
Once a
mean?
yeah,
Like that
no.
little treat.
Yeah.
That little treat.
Yeah, if you've been a good boy.
Yeah, it picks me up. Oh, throws me around. Naughty, naughty boy. Oh, what are you gonna throw me under a pile of bones? Ah, what? Is there another bone in there? What? You know, like classic.
Oh. Oh my god. Best and only interview so far, and I fucking love it.
Sorry, I tend to get a bit off the rails if I talk
Oh,
for too long.
dude, go for it. I love it. Oh my god. Well, this could lead into your into the next question, actually. You've
Shoot.
set us up really well here. What are your hopes for the future of Star Wars?
Oh,
You've just created
I
your
want
own
to be.
show.
I want to be glazed like a Krispy Kreme donut. Um, 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 my hope for Star Wars is uh, um, sorry, sorry.
Oh, dude.
Oh, um, my hope for Star Wars, on a bit more of a serious note, is I hope people stop fucking hating on every project, everything
Mhm,
that comes out. Just like
mhm.
fucking give anything a chance. For
Exactly, yeah,
Star Wars, I feel like it can be anything. It can do anything. It can be a horror. It can be it could be a comedy. It could be
yeah,
whatever it wants to be. The universe is built so perfectly to
yeah,
do that. You know, just give just just give it all a chance. That's what I hope for Star Wars future. I don't hope for anything other than the fans to unite. Stop being so fucking against everything
yeah.
and just like start to fucking enjoy it.
Yeah,
Really.
for sure, for sure. Because yeah, I think the I don't think I haven't seen the Star Wars fandom as bad as it was during the Acolyte since The Last Jedi. Like, that was fucking bad. It got
Yeah, that was
real
abysmal.
bad.
That was fucking
That was
yeah.
shocking.
Yeah,
Um,
I've
I
never
mean
seen so many people like, I did a couple of videos that and I tried, like, I tried the clickbaity titles and stuff like that, and
yeah,
I
yeah,
was like,
yeah.
"Oh, fuck." Never first time kind of, like, really giving that a go,
Yeah.
and I got a bunch of people on there. Dude, it was just so much hate because, I mean, I did have a lot of positivity being like, "Look, you know what? It's not the best, but I actually could see where this could go here and here and here,
Yeah,
and I could really enjoy it." Dude, I've never been hated on more than I was at that point. It was
that's
like,
nuts.
"Whoa."
That's yeah,
It was
it's nuts.
wild,
It's nuts. I've
like,
no
actually wild.
that's sort of what I'm trying to, like, that's what I'm trying to bring to the fandom in a very small capacity at the moment, but I just want those conversations to be able to had, but, like, respectfully. So, like that, for example, like, they just talk shit in the comments, but they never actually, there's no conversation to be had there. It's just, "This is my
Mm,
opinion," and abuse. It's all very, like, it's a very one-way conversation, whereas I love the conversations where you can have, like, I'd love to talk to someone who loves The Last Jedi or something. I fucking hate
yeah,
it, but, like, I'd love to hear why you love it, sort of thing. And, like, you see, like, the little kids dressed up as Rey and meeting Daisy Ridley and that, like, that's what Star Wars is. I love that shit. But
100%, man. You
yeah,
gotta realize that it's gonna outgrow you at one point. It's
exactly.
not designed for you. And, I put that in a Facebook group because I'm very vocal on Facebook more than I
Yeah,
am
okay.
on YouTube or
Yeah,
Instagram or anything. Just in, like, comment sections on different things.
yeah,
Because I feel like people just respond more.
yep.
And I put out a thing there just basically saying that, just being like, "You know what? It's designed for the fans of the time, and it's gonna outgrow you, and that's okay."
Mhm.
You know, it's about enjoying what you enjoy and allowing other people to enjoy what they enjoy. And just
Exactly, yeah.
leave it at that, you know? And because what about the kids? What about the kids who dress up and they want to be Ray? They
Yeah.
want to be Poe. They want to be Finn. They want to be, you know, they still want to be Leia or whoever the hell they want to be. You know, unless it's bloody Holdo. Fuck, I hate her so much. She can fuck off. Oh, by the way, Poe, I'm not going to tell you anything to do with any fucking plan, and then I'm just going to go kill myself.
Dude,
Thanks, brother.
I'm reading this book at the moment, and she fucking pops up in it. She fucking pops up in it, like, when her and Leia meet, like, when she's going through the fucking, Senate Academy and shit before A New Hope and all that shit, like, that's where they fucking meet and that. I was like, "Oh my god."
Dude, that's like a biggest nah, nah. You know, but like the whole thing is just enjoy. Allow people to enjoy what they want to enjoy and experience Star Wars the way that we could when we were younger, which
Yeah.
was still filled with a lot of fucking hate. Like prequels, oh my god, they got more hate than fucking anything.
I don't
Anything.
I don't
You
yeah.
know,
I don't know if you were the
it's
same as
just
me or not, but, like, because there was no social media and obviously as kids probably not on the internet as much, I never realized how much hate they got until I was, yeah, like, teenager. Never
same,
realized. I
same.
just thought they were the greatest things I'd ever seen.
Oh, because I was like, oh my god, Hayden Christensen is the coolest fucking guy ever.
Yeah.
Right? He's the coolest fucking guy. How good he did the perfect job. I want to be like him. I want to do that.
Mm.
I want to be what I want to do what he does. You know what I mean? And then it kind of just got to the point where it was like, you hate him?
Yeah.
He's the perfect Anakin. You want a Leo DiCaprio? Like, you know, who the
Yeah.
fuck do you think you are, dude?
Now,
That's weird.
talking about, like, Hayden's acting as Anakin real quick, you've obviously got a girlfriend. Had she seen Star Wars before you guys met each other?
No, and thank God she thought that he was hot. Thank God. That's all I'm gonna say.
So,
Fucking hell. What were you gonna ask?
did you show have you showed her Star Wars since?
I showed her the prequels and
Yeah.
I showed her Rogue One
Okay.
because I showed her Rogue One at the start because what I like to do is with Rogue One, it's such a good entry level into
Yeah,
the
yeah.
idea of Star Wars.
Mhm.
It's, it's a beautiful cinematography,
Yeah,
very easy to digest.
yeah,
There's a very clear good and there's a very clear bad, and it sets up for the greatest story that we've seen in our time,
yeah,
right? And it's like, it's such a cool idea. You get to see Vader, you get to see his ultimate hallway scene.
yeah,
Like, it's all aspects of Star Wars kind of peppered into this one beautiful
yeah,
project. So I showed her that. I showed her the prequels.
yeah.
She didn't like Phantom Menace. She thought Attack of the Clones was better, but
Yeah.
she loved Revenge of the Sith.
Mhm.
Loved it.
Yeah,
Absolutely loved it.
yeah,
And she, I she's a very supportive girlfriend.
yeah,
She will watch it in the future. But, I do get there is a certain element of like, it's an older movie.
yeah,
The original trilogy, it's older movies. You have to be in the mood to watch an
yeah,
older movie.
yeah.
I don't want that to ruin her idea, but she's been great. She's been really, really great, but dude,
Mhm.
better than any of my other fucking partners who never wanted to watch it with me.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, big
'Cause,
time.
yeah, I, recently started dating someone, so, yeah, I've already shown her I've shown her the prequels, and because I love the Kenobi series. I know it's got problems, but I love the Kenobi series so much. I was like, "I just need to show you this as well." So, we watched the prequels, Kenobi, and we've seen the original trilogy as well. But I had to because I was explaining, like, I just couldn't help myself. Every little fucking Easter egg, every little thing, I was like, "I'm gonna be a nerd for, like, every time we watch this, just you're gonna like, I just can't help myself." So, I was explaining it all to her and that, and, yeah, telling her, like, he got a lot of hate for this, like, when we're watching Attack of the Clones. And, it's when he's being super awkward around Padme and that. And she's like, "I can see why." I was like, "Alright." I was like, "Hold up." So I explained to her for about 10 minutes why he's the perfect Anakin. She was like, "Alright, I
Yeah.
get it. I get it."
'Cause, like, my girlfriend was also like, "Why does he say shit like, 'I don't like sand'?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Well, you know what? The thing is, that's true to his character.
Yeah.
Think about what the fuck sand means to him.
I was
He
about to say,
grew
what does it
up
represent?
in a
Yeah.
fucking desert.
Mm.
He hates sand because that reminds him of losing his mum, being a slave.
Mhm.
Fucking give him a break. Give him a fucking break. If you grew up in a mud pit and then you go, "I hate mud," no one's gonna be like, "Go fuck yourself, mate. Go fuck yourself, mate. Go back to your little fucking slop town." You know what I mean? No, no. They're gonna be like, "Oh, well, I'm happy for you. I'm happy for you that you know what you hate." It's like, fuck off. You know, all the lines of the prequels were perfect for what they needed to be,
Yeah.
and I don't wanna hear any fucking ifs and buts from my girlfriend. If she does, well, guess what? I'm still obsessed with her, so I can't really do anything bad, but but if I could if I could, oh, I'd have control in the relationship. I tell you what. I tell you what.
We sort of touched on it a little bit before with Finn and that. But are there any sort of stories or characters you want to see explored in future films or series?
Future characters, I'd really love to see a live action version of Cal Kestis. I think that's just, like, such a great opportunity that's
It
just
has to
waiting.
happen, does it? It's gonna
Has
happen, dude.
to.
It's gonna happen,
Has
surely.
to.
It's just
Fuck.
whether or not they might just be waiting for this last game to come out. That's all I think. That's all I'm
For
thinking.
sure.
Yeah.
For sure. I would love to see a live action Tanalore. I'd love to see all that kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
I'd probably say that would be my most exciting project.
Yeah.
And dude, and even I talked about it, in my previous episode, but, like, dude, go back ages, ages, ages. Go to, like, the origins of the Force. And
Yeah.
have you seen Rings of Power, the
No, I
Lord of the Rings
haven't.
show?
No, yeah, I know the one you're talking about, but no, I haven't, no.
It's got a lot of hate.
Yeah,
It's got a
okay.
lot of hate.
Yeah.
I personally really, really enjoy it, but what it is just basically just like a slow digest of information. It's a really slow show. You're just slowly working your way, building up, and you're just getting a whole bunch of background information. I feel like that would be a project that I'd be really, really keen for. The
Okay.
origins of the Force, how they created, you know, kind of like benders, because you think about it, no one in a universe where it could be just like us, right?
Yeah.
We're just doing shit, and the next thing you know, someone just lifts up a fucking rock. It's
Yeah.
like I want to see that. I want to see, like, where did it start? How, like, if it was it very tribal or anything? Was it just like it was before? Or sorry, in the time that we know in Star Wars, but just very primal versions. It's, that'd be something that'd be really keen for.
That'd be awesome because, like, they're obviously gonna do, like, the Dawn of the Jedi project that
Mm,
keep hearing rumors about writers walking out and all this sort of stuff. But I'd love to hear have you are you familiar with the From a Certain Point of View books? They did them for the 40th anniversary of A New Hope, then Empire, and Return of the Jedi last year.
yeah,
Unreal books. But I remember the very last chapter in the Return of the Jedi one is from the point of view of the wills of the Force.
yeah,
It's written so well. It's just like a little farewell to the book, and it's done from like a third person point of view, but it's done so well. And I'd love to see them because they're obviously they like are the Force essentially. And that's who like Qui Gon goes to and starts to learn how to become one with the Force and appear as a Force ghost and things like that. I would love to see something like yeah, maybe like a beginnings of the Force, but from like their point of view or something. That'd be so sick.
100%.
That'd be so sick.
100%, dude. That's like, we don't need to see the everyday run of the mill fucking Star Wars movie
Mhm.
where, something bad's happened, they've got to fix it.
Yeah.
Give us something new. Give us something like that. 100%. I'll take that
Sure.
any day of the week.
Yeah.
Any
No, that'd
day.
be sick. Um, what does Jeremy from BLOORE and Mandalore like to do in his free time? I see you at the gym and that a bit on your story. What do you like to get up to?
Dude, I'm a very boring person.
Yeah. Oh, dude, so am I.
Outside of Star Wars, dude, I go to the gym a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love working out.
Yeah.
Um, Go to the gym a lot, and I also just work a lot.
Yeah.
I'm really into my motorcycle.
Yeah.
Love motorbikes. I love gymming. I love just a bunch of new stuff. Photography lately.
Yeah.
I got actually in Japan. I got
Yeah.
a brand new camera.
Yeah.
Doing a lot of like film photography and so on. So
Unreal. Yeah.
kind of just like getting into the creative side. That's a lot of what I've been doing.
Yeah. Sick. That's so good. Just nice,
Yeah,
chill,
man.
relaxing. What you love to do. Unreal.
Yeah, man.
Now,
100%.
wrapping it up, where can people find if they want to connect with your beautiful little face?
OnlyFans. OnlyFans, fanfics,
Yeah.
anything. No, no. YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. I fucking don't post on TikTok anymore because it
Yeah.
really pisses me off.
Yeah.
Really pisses me off. TikTok is like it churns views, sure, and it's what really gets people on there. But fuck, it really because it punishes people for posting the same thing on different platforms.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So, I'm just kinda like, I don't really post there too much, but you
Yeah.
can find me on YouTube, Instagram. I do, fan segments all the time on my
Yeah.
Instagram,
Yeah.
basically just, like, allowing the people who watch my stuff to be a
Yeah.
part of my channel all the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
So,
'Cause
yeah.
you did a really good one a couple weeks ago with the what was it? It was something to do with the clones. Was it the if the Empire used clones? Was it along
Yeah.
those lines? Yeah. I saw that
Yeah,
one. I
yeah,
was like,
yeah.
that's a really cool I like that concept. That got me thinking in depth a lot. I don't think I actually gave you an answer because I tried to, but it actually didn't have enough characters. I was writing a fucking paragraph for
Dude,
you.
that always fucking pisses me off.
Yeah.
That's one thing. Anyone who's listening to this, send me a fucking DM. Anyone send me a DM. I
Yeah.
always add people's DMs, even YouTube comments,
Yeah.
anything
Yeah.
like that. Fucking send me whatever. I
Yeah.
don't really
Nah.
care. I
Links
don't
to all
get
those
enough.
will be in the description as well. So go find
No,
my
thank
cute
you.
little friend over here.
Uh,
Well, I think that's all my questions. So we got there in the end. This is my first interview on the interviewer side, so that was interesting. But
man,
we
it was
got there.
great.
It was interesting.
It
Yeah,
was
no, it
great. You
was
did a fucking
fun.
fantastic job.
Yeah, thank you, thank you for giving up your time. I know it's obviously I don't know if this is late for you or not, but it's not late for me. But
I
I
don't
know
even know what
you're
time it is. 12,
it's Thursday for you
12:20.
now. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. No, appreciate you
Yeah,
giving
man.
up your time.
Of
It
course,
was
bro.
awesome. I had a lot of fun. I finally got to see your face as well. It was beautiful seeing it on
Yeah,
Instagram,
100%.
but it's even better now.
Yeah. Still, I'm
Stop it.
blushing and I'm bricked up. Just saying. Just
Alright, stop
saying.
recording now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hang on. My number is no. No, but I appreciate it. Thank you so much for having me on, dude.
No
Like, it
worries,
was
dude.
so good.
No
So good.
worries. I had to get an Aussie on. Had to get an Aussie on, so
Fuck yeah. Up the
yeah.
fucking Aussies.
So, yeah, that's all for, this segment, guys, and until next time, may the force be with you always.